Okay. Tehilim Perek Aleph. Ashrei Ha'ish, fortunate is the person, Asher lo halach ba'atzat reshayim, that did not follow the eitzah, the ideas of the evil people. Uvederech chata'im lo amad, and he didn't even stand on the path of sinners. There's one thing to not follow them, not follow their ways. He didn't even stand where they stand. Uvemoshav leitzim lo yashav, and he didn't sit among clowns. Clowns doesn't mean like someone who makes people laugh, just. It means people who put down everything. They're cynical. They like make fun of everything and nothing's serious to them. When nothing's serious, then there's no purpose to life, because nothing's important. You didn't sit with clowns because they will give you a bad attitude. Fortunate is the one who doesn't do these three things. Ki'im, rather, b'torat Hashem chafetz. What he wants, what is he chafetz? What does he want? Torah Hashem. He wants to follow the Torah, and he wants to with Torah yehageh yomam v'layla. And he will think. Lahagot means to think about, to ponder, to work hard also. Lahagot b'Torah, to learn Torah day and night. It doesn't mean it's the only thing you do day and night, but it means it's a serious part of your life. The Haya, and therefore he will be ke'etz shatul al palgei mayim. Almost the opposite of what he said in yeshayahu. Right? He said that the Jew was so much in trouble because he was planted in a desert that had no water. But the Jew with Torah will be like an eitz planted shatul on a lot of water, al palgei mayim, and therefore he will grow. Asher piryo yitendito, he will have fruit in the right time. Va'alehu, and its alim are the leaves of the tree. Lo yibol, will not wither away, will not become brittle like they do in the fall. And he'll succeed in everything he does. Lo ken harishayim. However, the opposite is true by rishaim, the people he doesn't hang out with. Right? Ki im b'motz asher tidefenu ruach kamot. Sorry, they're basically things that are just going to blown away in the wind. Meaning they're only temporary. Their life is not important. They're not going to live in olam haba because they are wasting away olam hazeh. So they will be like motz. Motz is like the shell of a wheat kernel, I think, is the motz, is something that's like straw, and it just blows away with the wind. Al ken lo yakum rishayim b'mishpat. So the wicked will not win in justice because they're not just, they're dishonest. The chata'im ba'adat tzadikim. That doesn't mean chata'im will be with tzadikim. It means lo yakumu and lo yiyu ba'adat tzadikim. The chata'im, the sinners, are not going to be with the tzadikim. They're going to be somewhere else. Tzadikim are going to be in olam haba. The sinners and the rishaim will be somewhere else. The mishpat here simply probably is talking about the judgment of God after we die. And God knows who's right, who's good. And the way of the wicked will be lost. Meaning they won't get olam haba. That's this. Tehilim Perek Chet. Lamnatzeach al hagitit mizmor ledavim. Often at the beginning of Tehilim, they talk about a musical instrument that they would have played in the Mikdash when they said this mizmor, written by David. Hashem Adonenu, God is our master, and our master. Adon is a master. When we say Adonai, when we call Hashem, we're not really, that's not his name, that's a description that he's our master. Ma adir shimcha b'chol haaretz. How strong, adir is mighty. How strong is your name, b'chol haaretz? Your name itself has such an effect on people because your identity is so powerful. Asher tenah hodecha al hashamayim. You have placed your hod. Hod is a kind of respect, really set aside for the kind of respect you have for a king. So God's, there's a word I can't think of. The respect that God has as a king, his majesty is the word. His majesty he has placed al hashamayim. What does that mean? He placed his majesty al hashamayim. We're going to see the fact that he created all these things demonstrates how great he is. Mipi olalim v'yonkim yisad ta'oz. In other words, olalim are fetuses, babies that are not yet born. Yonek is a baby that is born, but is just still nursing from his mother, which means he can't talk. But from their mouths, you still have established great strength, because you see how a little baby still starts learning things. Maybe he doesn't talk, but you can see so much from the fact that a human being, when he's born and how he grows, leman tzorerecha lahashpit oyev umitnake, so that tzorerecha, those who cause suffering, not necessarily suffering to God, but those who cause suffering to the Jews, who are the people of God, can have nothing to say. Lahashpit oyev, to put to sleep or to put to rest the enemy, umitnakeim, those who come up against us. Meaning, anyone who sees God's creation, a little baby that's still in his mother's womb, a fetus, or a baby that's nursing, sees how amazing God is and how much He can accomplish. Ki ereh shamecha, when I see the heavens that you made, maaseh etzbotecha, the work of your fingers, yareach, the chalchavim, the moon and the stars, asher konanta, that you set up, it's so obvious that you're amazing, and no one can say anything against you. Ma enosh ki tizkerenu. What is a person? Hu ben adam ki tifkedenu. What is a person? Only when you remember him and when you give a reward. Hu ben adam, and a person ki tifkedenu, when you remember him. Meaning our relationship with God is our only purpose in life. And if we don't have a relationship with God, then what is a person? Ma enosh, hu ben adam. What's he worth? Unless God pays attention to him. Now, God's only going to pay attention to you if you pay attention to God and do mitzvot. V'techasrehu ma'at me'elokim b'kavod v'hadar te'atrehu. You made him a little less than Elohim. Elohim here doesn't mean God. It actually means, the Mefarshim say, it refers to the Malachim. We're a little bit less than the Malachim. B'kavod v'hadar te'atrehu. And you gave us a crown. You made us very important people, because we are people who can do mitzvot for Hashem. He put us, people, in charge. Moshel is like a king. We are the rulers of other things that you created. Maaseh yadecha, things that God created. V'chol shata tachat raglav. Everything you placed under your legs, meaning the whole world, is under man's control. So nev alafim kulam v'gam bahamot sadai. All the many animals and the behemot that are in the sadeh, that are in the field, all of those are under us. Tzipor shamayim, the birds fly up high. Udgei hayam, and the fish float in the sea and swim in the sea. And we're the ones who hunt them. We're the ones who are in charge of them. Over or chot yamim, or those who go out, across the oceans. We are in charge. We worship God. We are closest to God, and therefore man is great. But only because God pays attention to him and we do his mitzvot. Hashem Adonenu, God is our master, just like it said at the beginning. Hashem Adonenu, Ma dir shimcha b'chol haaretz. We re-emphasize how great are you in the whole world, in the whole universe. So it starts with the same pasuk that it ends. Mizmor LeDavid. Again, this is a Zemer written by David. Some say it's written for David by servants of his, but it's probably written by David. Hashem, God, Mi Yagur Ba'alacha. Who gets to live in your ohel, in your, it could be in Beit HaMikdash, or just in your proximity, near Hashem. Mi Yishkon B'Har Kadesh. Who gets to live on your holy mountain, meaning Har HaBayit? Who gets to be close to God? We would think the person who's most spiritual, the person who learns the most Torah, the person who has the most Yirat Shamayim. That's not what it says here. Holech Tamim, someone who walks humbly, who poel tzedek, and he acts honestly and with justice. Not only does he speak the truth, he speaks what's in his heart. He says what he really believes. And that's a person, an honest person, a person who is fair to other people, and a person who is humble or simple in the eyes of other people. That's who gets to be close to God. More than that, that's the good stuff. Lo ragal shano. He doesn't talk about other people. You know, the word meraglim is a spy. What is a spy? A spy finds out things about people and tells people that shouldn't know it. So if you tell Lashon Hara, that's a type of ragal. That's a type of spying. But that person who's close to God, Yagur, who can live in God's house, he doesn't do that. He doesn't speak ill of other people. Lo asal ri'ehu ra'ah, and he doesn't do evil to his friend or to his neighbor. The harpa lo nasal kiravo, and he will not make his karov, either his relative or someone close to him, he will not put them down. He will not embarrass them. Nivzeh beinav nimas. Someone who is put down, he finds that disgusting if someone puts someone else down. Hashem yichabed. Who does he have kavod for? Who does he have respect for? Those who fear God. Nishba lahara velo yamir. He swears not to do something evil, and he doesn't break his promise. He doesn't go back on his word. Kaspo lo natan b'neshek. It's illegal. It's against the halakha to give a loan and get interest from a Jew. He doesn't do that. Neshek is interest. He doesn't do that with his money. V'shochad, and he doesn't give bribes. Al naki lo laka. I'm sorry, he doesn't take bribes. If he has to make a decision, he's a judge, he won't take money. A student gives him a present of $100, his own student, he won't take that money because that may look like a bribe. Doesn't want to be looked like that. Oseh eile, those people like that, lo yimot ve'olam, will never falter, will never fall down, will never go to hell, literally, but they will only go high. They won't fall down. Yeah. Perek Kaf Gimel, Mizmor LeDavid. Okay? It's a Mizmor LeDavid. He says, David sometimes sang, and then he got spiritual connection to God, and he was able to say tehilim. Sometimes it says LeDavid Mizmor, which means Mizmor LeDavid means he first sang, and then he got spiritual connection. David Mizmor means he got the spiritual connection, and that made him sing. Here, he started singing, and God sort of gave him insight. Hashem ro'i lo echsar. God is my shepherd. That means he's going to bring me to everything I need, and I will not be chaser anything. I will not be missing anything. Bina odesha yar bitzeni. He will bring me out to a field or a flattened area, a plain of grass. He will let me rest and lead me to the nice waters, of Mei Menuchot, to a proper place which is going to give me sustenance. Nafshi yeshovev. My nefesh, my soul, will be resting. Yancheni b'ma'aglei tzedek l'man shmo. He will put me in a place where I will feel just, I will feel right, I will feel properly treated. L'man shmo. He doesn't do it for me. He does it so that I can be connected to him and God can become greater in the world. People will recognize God better. God wants people to be connected to him, not because God needs it, but because people need it. Even if I walk in the shadow, tzel, right, of mavet, of death, the shadow of death, meaning even if I'm almost in the grave, lo ira ra ki atay imadi, I will not fear yareh yirah. I will not fear evil because you're with me, and I feel comfort when God's with me. God's always with me, even in the tough times, even when I'm close to death. Shivtecha umishantecha, your staff, your stick that you may hit me with, that's punishing me because I deserve it. That's making me a better person because I'll recognize that I did something wrong and I'll become a better person. Therefore, hema yenachameni, they will comfort me because you're punishing me and I deserve to be punished. Ta'aroch lefanai shulchan neged tzar, right? Spread out a table in front of those who are going up against me. Dishanta b'shemen roshi kosi rivaya. You will give me deshen and shemen. You will give me all the pleasures of life on my head, and my cup will floweth over, meaning I will have everything I need and more. Ach tov v'chesed yirfuni. Only good, tov, and goodness and kindness will follow me, will run after me actually. My whole life, goodness and kindness will follow me and run after me. And I will stay in the house of Hashem forever and ever, meaning I'll be close to God forever and ever. Rashi says this starts off with Shir La Ma'alot, as opposed to all the other ones which start with Shir Ha Ma'alot, because it's referring to those who are trying to get closer to Hashem. I'm going to look up to the mountains. Where's my help going to come from? But I know the answer. The only help I'm going to get is from Hashem, who created the earth and the heavens. God, don't let your feet rest. Don't put your feet down. God doesn't sleep. He's always paying attention to what's happening to us. He is Shomer. He's watching over Yisrael. Hashem Shomrecha. Hashem watches over you. Hashem Tzilcha. He is your shade, protects you from the sun. Al Yad Eminecha. By your strong hand. The sun doesn't hurt you from too hot. V'arech is not too cold at night. Hashem yishmarcha mikol ra. God will watch you over from